Welcome to the Handed Down Kitchen, where we bring recipes out of the past and back into the kitchen. The recipe we've got for you today is from the 70s and it's for one of our favourite dinner dishes, chili con carne. This recipe makes 8 servings, so it's brilliant if you've got a lot of mouths to feed, and it'll freeze well too, so if you can't get through all of it at once, it will keep for a day when you don't have the time to cook. We found this recipe in our copy of the Complete Colour Cookbook, which was published in 1977. We've made it once before with a couple of ingredient substitutions, but this time we've made it in exact accordance with the recipe. So to make it, you'll need the following ingredients. 225 grams of red kidney beans that have been soaked in water overnight and drained just before you use them. 1 kg, which is 2 pounds of minced beef. 2 onions. 1 green bell pepper, some garlic, 2 tablespoonfuls of tomato puree, 2 400-gram cans of chopped tomatoes, which is 800 grams overall, 1 tablespoonful of flour, 1 or 2 tablespoonfuls of mild chili powder, we're using 2, 1 teaspoonful of paprika, 1 teaspoonful of ground cumin, some salt, and 4 tablespoonfuls of corn oil. The first thing to do is to cook your kidney beans in boiling salted water for 45 minutes until they're almost tender. And while they're boiling, chop up your vegetables. Core and de-seed your green pepper and chop it up. Then chop your onions and keep these separate from the green peppers. You don't want to chop up either your onions or your bell peppers too finely, you want to keep these quite chunky. Then chop up 2 cloves of your garlic and put them with your onions. Once your beans have boiled for long enough, drain them but reserve some of the water. You might want to use this later on. And now everything's prepared, it's time to make the chilli, so set a large pot over a medium heat and pour in your corn oil. When your oil's hot, add in your onions and the garlic. Fry these until your onions are golden, which for us took about 10 minutes. Next, add in your minced beef and stir it a bit to break up the meat before pouring in your green pepper. Cook these together for about 5 to 6 minutes, constantly stirring so you make sure the meat is broken up and it doesn't stick to the bottom, and then add in all 3 of your spices, the chili powder, paprika and ground cumin. Then add your tomato puree, flour and salt to taste. Stir these all together and cook for about 2 minutes. Then pour in your 2 cans of undrained tomatoes, and last but not least, pour in your beans. Mix this all together thoroughly and bring to the boil, then lower the heat to cover and simmer for 1.5 hours, stirring occasionally, making sure you scrape the bottom of your pan so it doesn't stick, and if you feel it's starting to get a little too dry, add in some of your reserved bean water. And now your 1970s chili con carne is ready. The recipe doesn't give any pointers on what to serve this chili with, but whenever we have chili, we have it with some boiled white rice and sour cream with coriander on top. And this recipe is so versatile, you can switch the beef with any other sort of meat or meat replacement, which would make the chili vegan. You can tone up or down the heat, it's seriously good. We hope you enjoyed this video. If so, please leave us a like, and if you'd like to see us recreate more old or antique recipes, be sure to subscribe to our channel. You can also find full instructions for this recipe and many more on our website, linked in the description box below.